All I did was touch it. Back down or die! Always did. It's dangerous.
You cannot stop us. We will take the power that we deserve!
You could bloody well try!
First one's higher! You dare mock me! Desolation!
All in a day's work.
Believe me, you will fall exile. Sanity, my agent of chaos. You shall serve me whether you like it or not. I'm not going anywhere.
Hey, this is Thor. In this video, I want to share my recent experience of solving issues with the Fresh Clip Shockburst Crossbow build, which was created by Fearless Dumble on Mob Analytics. The main feature of this build is to stack intelligence and dexterity with hover to gain lightning damage and attack speed, which results in millions of DPS that deletes bosses in seconds. As you can see, I actually successfully implemented the build. I have more than 750 intelligence and 240 dexterity. And if you check my panel, I already get more than 500,000 DPS in idle state for my Shockburst round with Fresh Clip support. After a few reloads, my DPS is definitely going up more than 1 million. Together with the Voltaic mark and the curse to lower the enemy's lightning resistance and the shock magnitude towards 100%, it's Generally speaking, my checking on my DPS is generally around 2 million per second. So yeah, I think this is a successful implementation, and it does work really well on the end game for almost all content. However, I have two major problems with this build. First is the survivability on the map was very awful, to be honest, if only rely on mana. So the original build has around like 6k or 7k mana, and using mind over matter as basically the health pool, without really having some energy shield as this layer. So that is actually very fragile. And second, the biggest problem, I cannot pass Simulacrum. That's really frustrating. Even with such high DPS, I just can't. So what I want to talk about is how I solve these two problems. First, about survivability. As I mentioned, the original build was solely relying on mind over matter with about 6k, 7k mana pool. So sometimes, or a lot of times, I feel it can be just two shots by many things, either on mapping or bossing. Yeah, super fragile, to be honest. So my answer is to just shift to CI with like 1 blood and 3k ES and 4k like nearly 4k mana pool with also mind over matter. And trust me, that's much better than purely rely on life and mana. Energy shield is very important and very effective. With energy shield, we can have some extra support on survivability, like Grim Feast that grants some remnants to recover our energy shield when we kill enemies, and sometimes we can use energy barrier that can start recharging when we're getting stunned, and this shock siphon that we can recover 4% of energy shield immediately when we kill a shocked enemy, that kind of stuff. So they actually make the end game super safe everywhere, including in Simulacrum. So speaking of Simulacrum, let's talk about it more. Let's be honest, Crossbow is shit for this job, no matter what build you have on it. I tried lightning builds, explosive builds, glacial bolt builds, everything crossbow based that I can think of, and nothing works in Simulacrum. According to the mechanism of Simulacrum, we really need a fast attack AoE skill in melee range without reload time. And at the moment, no crossbow skills can offer that, and that's just the truth. But wait a sec, what if we are not limited to crossbow? What if we can use a second weapon to do the job that crossbow just cannot do? So that is the magic happens. I got a Pillar of Caged God, and I just socket the Tempest Flurry. And you know what? It works out of box. There's no need to change the passives, basically, and it almost guaranteed an easy pass to Simulacrum. Why? Because we already stacked attributes for lightning damage and attack speed, and the combination of Tempest Flurry with Pillar of the Caged God just gave us a very fast melee range AoE attack without reload time. So as you can see, the video I put at the start of this video, it's just an easy pass. However, after passing Simulacrum, I think the weapon combo may have more potential, so I kept using it for a while. Then I find a surprising effect, or side effect. The Tempest Flurry is not only good fast attack AoE, it is also a very good way to apply shock on bosses. So technically speaking, for AoE attack on mapping, it completely replaces the galvanic shards, and when apply shock for bosses, that can do even better job than voltaic grenade or lightning arrow from the bow. And interestingly, I can even get a stun when using Tempest Flurry to apply shock. Buy one get one free. So as you can see, it really have like already got 100% more chance to shock, and I can soak in some support gem to increase its magnitude. Furthermore, once we have a staff, we are open to more skills that staff can offer, and I find another overpowered skill, which is this one, Hand of Chayula. This skill, like, before we have that, we need to manually apply this curse to lower the lightning resistance to the enemies, and we need to cast this voltaic mark to increase our the effect, the magnitude of our shock. With this Hand of Chayula, we just need to soak these two skills in and click one button, and it automatically apply both onto the enemy, and usually a boss, and it guarantees 100% success. So now both problems solved, and we are just non-stoppable in the entire endgame.
You will never leave this place. How dare you to me, Draven?
Rend your soul! You cannot stop me!